What's really good, Facebook friends and family? I am All Hunter Jr., the truth and not a rumor. This is the Surround Sound Podcast. And we had a lively time on IG with the homie 901 Restoration Kings' Corey Waddlington. He'll be coming on and joining us in just a second. We're gonna do it again for everybody on Facebook, man. It was crazy. It was crazy. There's some things that we didn't get to touch on because of time, but we'll definitely get to his top 5 rappers, and we'll be talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. We're gonna talk about the Dallas Cowboys a little bit and see what's popping with them as well. Sent the heart, but thank you for sending the heart because my heart goes back to your heart. We're gonna also talk about my Chicago Bears and what's going on with them as well. But yeah, the show from the crib. I'm in the office. I ain't got a whole lot of stuff up yet, but you know, hey, it is what it is. I'm basic, as you can see. Just got screens, computer, desk, and chair. You're a chair. That's right. I would be remiss if I did not talk about this though. To the person sending all those hearts, I love you back. Surround Sound Podcast merch. Merch is going to be available by the end of October. Probably before then. Probably mid-October, but I'm going to give you to the end of October, and this will be a nice little stocking stuffer for your favorite loved ones and the ones that you know that watch the show as well, man. Yeah, we're going to get the mug popping. We're going to have a nice little home decor set. We're going to get you a nice little candle. It's going to be a candle. It ain't going to be like, I'm trying to set the ambiance right now for everybody. But yeah, we're going to get you a candle and a mug. It's going to be real live. It's going to be real big, man. What's up, Marlene? Hope everything's good with you, mama. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a nice, the merch. You got to get your merch popping. Let's see if I can add Corey. Okay, bring Corey Waddlington. It is adding Corey Waddlington. But yeah, we're gonna a few things on today's show. 901 Mr. Kings to be. And speaking of, there's 901 Restoration Kings on the right there, Mr. Corey Waddlington. What's up, C?
Hey, and don't forget, co-owner now. Co-owner.
I'm sorry. Big shouts out to Dre. One time to Dre. 2 co-owners. We gotta get Dre on. I can't wait to get Dre on. I ain't talked to Dre in many years. So big shouts out to Dre. I hope everything's going good with you, Dre, man. But one half of 901 Restoration Kings, Mr. Corey Waddlington. Corey.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about your Dallas Cowboys here in a minute, okay? We was about to not yet, my guy, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
We're gonna get to them Cowboys and them 2-1 Cowboys in just a second. First up, Corey, 901 Restoration Kings. How did you come up with the title for the name of your business?
Well, the mother company or father company is actually Restoration Kings. And so,
okay.
Of course, we're in Memphis, so we had to drop the 901. So we represent Memphis. We represent that BHZ. We represent that South Memphis. So,
yes, sir. What's up?
So hopefully, if the Most High is willing, it'll be a 615 Restoration King.
Coming up. All right. Then a 432 and a 731.
731. I hope it's a 312.
Hey, I feel you on that, bro. But tell us about all the services that you offer. You got a couple of different ones, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So to do a quick rundown, we have the headlight restoration portion, which is to get your headlights restorated. So restored. So if your headlights looking like a bottom of a crack pipe, you might need to call us so we can clear that thing up. We also offer tint, and we're just adding the detailing, full detail for cars. So right now we have 3 packages, which is the iced out package that's gonna be for your headlights. We hide and seek package, which is headlights and tint, and then we got the ride and dirty package, which is just tint only. Now, when it comes to the detailing, I ain't gonna reveal too much, but you're gonna be able to kind of do what you do on the lottery and have your picks. So we'll just leave it at that, and those what we got going on right now.
Make sure everybody that's paying attention and watching the show, make sure you check my man Corey and Andre out at 901restorationkings.com. Also, you can get at them at 901 Restoration Kings on Facebook and on Instagram. I gotta ask this question. I don't think I would be me if I didn't ask this question, Corey. Why is 901 Restoration Kings different than other detailing services? I'm sure there are a lot of places from here in Nashville to Memphis that claims to do what you do, or kind of what you do, or at least in that same vein. What sets you aside? What sets 901 Restoration Kings aside?
Well, that's a good question, Ruben. I would say what sets us apart is building the relationship with the customer. I see a lot of car washers, and that's okay. I'm not tripping on that at all, and that's very lucrative for what they do. They knock a lot of cars out. They make it very convenient, and it's quick, fast, and probably faster than going through the car washes that's automated. And it's better for your car to let somebody hand do it than it is to go through the car wash machines. So for us, we just want to make an experience for our customers. Build relationships with them, have the conversations, answer questions that they might have, and just make them feel like that they're a part of the whole process. I want them to know us. We want to know them, and we want to be able to service, all of the vehicles that they get. We want to do a good job when it's all said and done, and we want them to be happy. So that's what stands out when it comes to 901 Restoration King. We're building relationships and businesses as well. We reach out to a lot of businesses, let them know that we're here. If we can team up on something, promote each other, whatever the case may be, all of those doors are open for us.
That's awesome, dude. We'll talk about some of your community involvement in just a second. Let's hop and skip and jump to entertainment. This question comes up. I mean, to me, it comes up almost every other week. Top 5 rappers. G.K.C put even more onus on the top 5 discussion with saying top 5. He's top 5 dead or alive, and I'm not mad about that at all. I'm not mad about that at all. He says he's in that discussion, and I think with the verses, he rekindled that thought that possibly he is. I mean, there are some people that you would have to knock out, but that's another show right there.
Yeah.
Corey, if it's one thing that I know that you and your brother, my brother Alex, if it's one thing I know that you two dudes know, it's hip hop music.
Yeah.
So I have to pose this question to you, and I'm sorry if you got to come off the top of the head with your 5.
Okay.
But who are your top 5 artists, dead or alive, in hip hop?
Man, so this might be a shocker for some of them.
Silk the Shocker? You said Silk the Shocker?
No, I said.
Oh, my bad, baby, my bad. I thought you said Silk the Shocker. Not quite.
I did say 8-Ball MJG, so.
Okay.
Right,
Thought you said Silk. I was about to say, baby. I was like, whoa.
I would say number 1, Biggie.
All right.
Number 2, Pac.
Okay.
Number 3, Jay-Z.
Okay.
Number 4, The Game.
Wow.
Hey, and number 5, Bun B.
Okay. And Bun B.
And it ain't
I ain't
because
gonna even go there. You know I want to go there, but I ain't gonna even go there. I ain't gonna go there. Okay, you got the East Coast, you got West Coast, you got down south. I gotta ask, how does the game hop into this conversation?
Woo! And for the past, I'm gonna say for the past 2.5 years, maybe up to 3 years, I put some time on with the game, with research. The game lyrically is not only lyrically, but in the tradition of hip hop culture, he's touched every type. He's influenced by the East Coast. He was born in the West Coast. He has a down south vibe. He make you feel that feeling that you had when you used to break the plastic off the
CD or the cassette.
So if you go back and listen to him, and I'm gonna tell you where I got it from. My cousin Tina, she lives out in California, and she was like, "Cool, cuz," that's what she said, "cuz the game is lyrical." And I was thinking of her, because I'm thinking of the stuff he did with 50. So I'm like, okay, some of that was kind of generic, but even on that CD, when I went back to listen to it on that album, you could tell the ones that were pushed because you had to get out this G Unit type of market out. You see the ones where he did, and he talked about where that man right there is cold. And I'm not, and you can influences with Nas, but he tells you that he was influenced by it. Dre, Nas, and you can hear it. And I had to kind of listen. I'm like, damn, is that Dre? But that's how influential he is. He's mixed up with all that. And Nas, I mean, you can hear that. He's done his research. He's honed his craft. And he deserves a lot more credit than a lot of people give him.
That's awesome. That's awesome right there. I'll leave Biggie, Pac, and Jay-Z because I mean those three people are in a lot are highly regarded. They're in a lot of top threes. Bun B. Now I noticed that you didn't say UGK, but you kept it singular with Bun B.
I'll say this. You could easily say Scarface for the representation, because when you look at the impact on the world, one of my first tapes was Scarface.
Yeah.
So Scarface been around since LL was rocking the bells.
Yeah, and the Scarface, no doubt.
Even before that, the other level. And I mean, it's just and what they were doing, they were shining lights on the fact that the East Coast would not play any of our records, and the push they had. And right now, Jay is still influential at rap a lot. He's impactful. He's one of the reasons why we see Drake, because his son Jay Prince was the one that brought Drake. So you have to see the influence of how they hit the culture. I don't want to forget about Nas either, but I did want to get that Dirty South in there, and then some of that West Coast. But I would put Nas up there with the top three, and Eminem. So it's kind of like some of them run together, but I can't give you, hey, I got 2 at 3, 2 at 4, and 2 at 5. And it's hard to iron it out to a 5, but I try to stay holistic with who my picks were. Bun B is probably one of the tightest lyricists that has come out the South. I would say a little bit of Ludacris as well, but what Bun has done and how long he's been out, and if you really listen to the things that he has been saying over these years, I mean, he's been on a rap battle type of things, and there are CDs where he's killing it, and you don't even really get a chance to hear that, not as a level of Eminem, but the fact that he did and was able to really, really hold his own and showed that lyricism that you can hear on some of those albums that they had. You had the Pimper, you had the Bun, so they had a certain, but he puts his work in when it comes. It is. It's been just like Ball. Ball had lyrics too, but MJ had a way to slam it out of the ballpark.
That's real. That's real. That's real. For everybody that just tuned that are now just tuning in, we're here with co-founder of 901 Restoration Kings, Mr. Corey Waddlington. We just got through rapping, no pun intended. We just got through rapping about the top 5 rappers His five are Biggie, Pac, Jay-Z, The Game, and Bun B. I must say that is a nice top five. It really is. Also, speaking of rappers and in the entertainment section, I want to talk about this. Meg Thee Stallion. I was looking at TV this past weekend, and Megan has launched inclusive with Nike. She has a new ad campaign commercial going on. And in the commercial, she's talking about being mindful, talking about meditating. It's an athletic company that she's doing this marketing campaign with. So apparently you would think that yoga would be inclusive in this as well. Well, she got some detractors on Twitter. And the person tweeted at Megan and said, "You talking about all this mindfulness, you're talking about all this meditation and whatnot, and being one and self-care and these things, but then your music is a little bit the other way."
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel? My question to you is, how do you feel when? What is that thought process like? Do artists, entertainers, athletes, do they owe some type of do they owe some type of debt to their listeners to be true to what their music is or be true to their message? Does that? How do you feel about that space?
Well, that's a very good question, and I got so many thoughts on this. Mindfulness now and keeping your mental strength and being aware of mental illness is a hot topic now, and it's being embraced. And because it's being embraced, my mind tells me that, okay, am I capitalizing on a new audience? Am I capitalizing on that space, opening up the brand to that type of crowd? And so I would think that, I've been in corporate America, that kind of thing, and I've needed mindfulness with that. I can only imagine doing the 3-4 shows out the week plus dropping music. I mean, the stress that anybody is under during that time, I'm pretty sure you need some mindfulness. And that's something in our community that I think that we're embracing a lot more. And I do think that it is necessary. You know what I mean? I do think that it's necessary. It's really getting centered and having inner strength. So the music doesn't reflect that. You just never know how an artist wants to give back. Is that for just the fans, or is it just strictly for entertainment? It's hard because of the different avenues that they use. So where I take something like mindfulness, because I meditate just about every morning. And I'm doing it because I remember my high blood pressure. I remember being worried about a lot of different things. I remember being depressed. I remember having anxiety. So I go through those things. So I had to find a way to center myself, channel myself, prepare for my day, that kind of thing. But there's me, but they are entertainers. I mean, McDonald's can get into mindfulness, and I wouldn't be surprised. So it's a hard question to answer, and I don't know Megan Thee Stallion. All I know is what she puts out, and with that being said, is definitely on the polar opposite. So,
I definitely agree with you, and honestly, something that you said it clicked in my head too. If on one hand, let's say you don't like Megan's music, if you don't like her music, what's wrong with her then saying, hey, you should be mindful and meditate and some of those things as well? So why would you now be mad at her if she's promoting some things that are polar opposite to what you said you did not like. So
Yeah.
that makes a ton of sense. I'm really with you on that, and I appreciate you, C, for opening my eyes on that. Once again, to everybody that is viewing, I appreciate you sharing. Please share, like, comment, give us your thoughts. Who is your top 5? What do you think about Meg Thee Stallion's commercial with Nike? Give us some feedback. Let's talk about it just a little bit. 91 Restoration Kings. When I read this, Matasha put it in my notes for the show. Big shout out to Matasha. She's great at what she does, man, and she does a lot of things. I could not believe, and I don't know why I couldn't believe it, but the thought that you could go there. What do you do for senior citizens?
Well, and thanks for highlighting that. One way that we attempt to give back to the community is to help our seniors. And what I mean by that, part of our company, we do headlight restorations. And so for senior citizens that are 65 and older, we offer heavily discounted rate for them to get their headlights restored. And a lot of instances, we'll do that for free. And the reason being is because it's hard for them to see at night. And already when you get your headlights restored, it actually helps you with safety. We focus on single women with children. We focus on couples that are driving at night, that may be picking up kids at night. You know, all of those things that can be a factor. And the more you can drive safely, the better. And the inspiration from that came from my mom, who used to drive with her high beams on at night, or she would try to make it home before nighttime happened. So me being able to kind of pick up on that and seeing an opportunity to help someone, especially our seniors. We got 100 cars that we were trying to do for the summer. We did probably about 45, and that's just going to keep going. You know, long as I can do it, I'll be extending that discount.
Hey, holla at my people, please. Holla at my people. 901restorationkings.com. You can go there. Also, 901 Restoration Kings on Facebook, on Instagram. Like, subscribe, follow, and get a part of the movement, because from listening to you, Corey, it's more than just restoring cars.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we're just trying to be a part of this community. We love Memphis. We love the people that's here. And Memphis deserves the best in all facets. And that's what we want to give to our customers.
Hey, that's absolutely awesome. All right. We got a little sports to talk about. We got a little NFL news to talk about. That was a game on TV. I don't know if you saw it. Okay, I see you got your blue and gray on. So apparently you are a Cowboys fan. The Dallas Cowboys defeated the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles, 41-21. You guys got the 3-0 Panthers up next. How do you feel about your team? I just want to know how you feel. I ain't gonna ask you how far you think they can go, but just how do you feel about the Dallas Cowboys? There's a lot of moving parts with that organization.
How about them Cowboys? That's how I feel. How about them? How about them Cowboys? I feel excited. It's a great time to be a Cowboys fan. Last season, we still had this high-powered offense. Understand? Then the same folk that we beat their butt down were the same ones that broke Dak Prescott's ankle off. So we had to get that win. He's back better than ever. We got a defense that's moving pretty good. And really, that offense, man, is top, 1, 2, 3, at least top 5. So whichever way you want to do it, I think it's good.
I'll say this in reference to the Dallas Cowboys. Let's start off with offense. The fact that Dak is back is incredible. Last night, to me, he proved that the money that he said he wanted and that he finally got from Jerry Jones and family, he's worth it. He's worth it. Like he proved that fact to me, in my humble estimation. He proved that fact last night. That two-headed monster as far as running backs, Pollard and Elliott, nice.
Right.
Nice. Big shouts out to University of Memphis with that one. Now, let's go to the defense. I'm going to say this. There was a joke that was running. It's the Alice Cowboys because y'all ain't got no D. I'm going to just say that. I don't know who said it. Yeah, I said that. But real talk, the pick six, nice. I like what you guys have done at linebacker. You guys look good. You look good, and I will not take that away. I know that I got some Dallas Cowboy fans watching as well, and I think you guys definitely, depending on what Washington football team says, I think you guys definitely got the East locked down. So we'll see you guys in the playoffs. My Chicago Bears. I guess I got to talk about them. This is crazy. Never in my lifetime have I ever heard this. Last week, Andy Dalton gets hurt. So that means Justin Fields has to start. And I was in limbo about wanting him to start or not. I didn't know what I wanted. Well, Justin Fields starts against the Cleveland Browns, and they got a super pass rush going on, and he was sacked like 8 times. So he hurt himself. He's like his throwing hand.
Right.
So we got 2 quarterbacks kind of down, and then we got Nick Foles. So we got 3 possible quarterbacks for next week against the 0-3 Detroit Lions. I don't care. I think we still got a shot. We can still beat the Detroit Lions, though. But we lost to the Browns 26-6. Lastly, but not least, Tennessee Titans. I ain't gonna lie. I love the Chicago Bears, and I understand that you love the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I understand that you love the Dallas Cowboys, but the Tennessee Titans, I think, are in a window right now that they should go and they should win the Super Bowl. Like, if they don't do it this year, I think they're gonna. I think it's gonna be probably another 5 or 10 before they even get in the running, because you got a lot of pieces that are really at kind of the end of their prime. And since we're in this time continuum right now, I'll leave it alone, and we'll make sure you download the show and we'll talk about it some more.
Right.
Corey.
Yes, sir.
901 Restoration Kings. I kind of flipped the format, and I'm asking you this last.
Okay.
What made you say, hey, I'm going to go into business for myself, and I wanted to be 901 Restoration Kings? What brought that about?
Man, what brought it about ultimately was God. Now, the circumstances that happened was
all right.
COVID. So
yeah.
it was born from COVID. I got let go, working for Comcast 2 years. They wanted to put me in the realignment of their business, and they didn't ask me that I want to either. And so I was part of the plan to get rid of about 250 people, plus close about 10 Xfinity stores, even though that business was booming because everybody was going home. If you were working, you were coming from your job and then going to the house and needing to get some type of business internet.
Yeah,
so
that's what's weird to me when I first heard this, because if there's one thing that came out of COVID, it was the boom of Netflix and Hulu and all these different providers. I'm sorry.
Increased bandwidth, and that's one of the things that we talked about. I was a business exec, so I talked businesses, and that was the thing that we did. I'm not sure why it happened that way. I'm not going to speculate. I was pissed, a little scared, and I was just trying to figure out what the hell am I going to do. And I had always talked about having my own business. I did some things on the side, and it just presented the opportunity for it. And I'm still praying about it. Out of uncertainties when it comes to it, but through it all, man, it's been a blessing. I'm just gonna ride this wave on out, man. I'm 44 years old. I got 2 kids in college. I just got 1 in the house. Utilities went down. Grocery bill went down. Got 1 dishwasher, but You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
those things have been really a positive, and I'm loving talking to other business owners, meeting customers, man, telling them about my product, learning about them, being inspired by some that are wanting to do the same thing, and some of them are saying, "Man, you know, you inspiring me to do it." I'm not trying to get anybody to be inspired. I'm looking for inspiration, but
Yeah.
through that all, somebody is saying, "Man, I like what you're doing, man. I'm gonna go out and do the same thing." And that's something that I can't put a price tag on, and that makes it so much worth it. That and how my customers look when I finish doing their headlights or their tint.
That's awesome. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, being a positive light in times that are dark. That's awesome. That's awesome. Real quick before we move to the sign of the times, where our topic is vision, please kick all the packages that you have and what's the best way to get in touch with you so we can take advantage of your service.
All right, so y'all can give me a call at 901-949-9135. If you want to call me directly, you can text, or you can reach out to me on social media, and it's going to be 901 Restoration Kings on both Facebook and on Instagram. Now, the third way is go to www.901 Restoration Kings. You can check out our website. You can book us. You can see what times we're available. You can go there. If you want to ask some questions there, we'll be able to respond back to you. And yeah, those are the ways that you can get in contact with us. So if you're looking for that type of service, or you have questions about it, just give us a call, reach out to us. We will reach back out to you. And lastly, I'm going to do a quick run through of the packages. You'll see them on some of my posts. But first package that we got is called an iced out package that's strictly for headlight restoration. If you want to get them headlights looking clean, looking brand new, without spending money on having to replace them, give me a call. You'll be glad that you did. Number two is our most popular package, which is the hide and seek package. The hide and seek basically is headlights and tinted windows as one package. And the third one is riding dirty, which is tint only. So choose your package. Use one of those means that I told you about. Choose your package. Send your address to me if it's headlights. And if it's not, then I'm going to send you an invite to show you where to show up at our shop. And it's the easiest one, 3.
Hey, and if you got seniors, make sure you tell the seniors to come through. I'm sure everybody got the grandmama, the aunties, and all that, uncles too. Tell them to come on.
Say that, man. One more thing. Now look, for my seniors, there's real banana pudding makers. There's been a real shortage of the real ones. They've been doing some fake and baking, some quick make. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you're a real banana pudding maker, I'm talking about double broiler oven type of.
All right.
I do 2-3 cars for a pan of that banana pudding, and that's on it.
I ain't mad at that. For some real banana pudding, I'm talking about I ain't had real banana pudding since about 2002. No, yeah, 2003 or 2. Man, I'm talking about you gotta put that banana pudding in the back of the refrigerator. You gotta let it get real cold. Ooh, you brought back some memories right there, bro.
Hey, guess what? I'm gonna say this about my mom, and I just want to give her a shout out. I miss her so much, but she was an entrepreneur, man, and I mean, she sold Avon like Avon box there on the wire. You know, she had money. She had so much product, man. And if you came through the door, she could give you some. But she was selling that thing like the heaviest person in Memphis. She is my inspiration, man, to all of this. She had a convenience store. She sold Avon, and she was everybody's favorite. And I miss that lady, but she's been the inspiration behind this entrepreneur spirit. And I just want to tell her that I love her, and I can't wait for us to see each other again.
Mother's Day, 365 days a year.
That's it, man. That's it.
Hey, Brother Corey, I appreciate you for hanging out with us for a little while. We hung out on IG. We hanging out right here on Facebook. I'm going to let you go, man. Big shouts out to the Dallas Cowboys for going 2-1. We're going to see can you guys go 3-0 next week against the Carolina Panthers. And please, everyone, please like, subscribe, share to 901 Restoration Kings on all socials, and make sure you go and hit them up on 901restorationkings.com. Peace, bro. Big shouts out to Dre. Big shouts out to A-Dub, man.
All right.
All right, folks. As I often do, I always end the show with what's called the sign of the times. The sign of the times for today is vision. As you can see, Mr. Corey Wadlin and Andre have a vision for 901 Restoration Kings, and more than that, they have a vision for the city of Memphis. It's interesting to me that when others have vision for different aspects of life, but for the city of Memphis as well, some people want to take a dig at them. Well, that person that I'm thinking about is Vincent Hunter. Vincent Hunter is the principal of Whitehaven High School. Now, what's interesting about this is they want to remove him. There's actually a school board meeting that is going on possibly right now, or it just ended. And they're trying to remove Vincent Hunter from the WEZ Empowerment Zone. That stands for Whitehaven Empowerment Zone. This man, literally, every day he goes to work, tries to empower our youth. But let's think about it. As I was thinking, getting ready for the show, I saw some corollaries between 901 Restoration Kings and Vincent Hunter. Now let's think. If you want to build a business, you're going to have a plan. Inside your plan, you're going to have and do research. Well, for 901 Restoration Kings, I'm sure Corey and Dre, they put their heads together and like, okay, well, first we have to discuss the cost, because we're going to have supplies. We're going to have gas to get to and fro from our clients. We're going to have to do advertising. Well, let's think about Vincent Hunter. Let's think about what research or the plan that he would have had to implement. Well, he got on the grassroots level. He started coaching. Then he moved to the head coach. He moved to assistant principal and then to principal. That was the research that he did to empower the youth of Whitehaven. Well, let's think a little bit further. I'm sure 901 Restoration Kings, they had to do a little groundwork, and they wanted to lay some groundwork. Well, they had to get their paperwork together. If you're going to go into business, you got to get the proper licensing and certificates. You even got to get insurance to run a sound business. Well, let's think. Mr. Dr. Coach Vincent Hunter, what groundwork did he lay? Now, I was never a student while Dr. Hunter was principal at Whitehaven, but it is something very important there that I must share with you. Before your vision takes place, once again, you have to lay the groundwork. I was part of those groundwork students. I was part of the student body that let him know the WEZ, or the Whitehaven Empowerment Zone, was a good idea. He was the first person that I ever heard say, regardless if you want to go to college or if you want to go another route, post-secondary education is at a must in these times. Last but not least, execution. Okay, 901 Restoration Kings, I see you. You have to provide quality service to the community that you serve. You have to do what you say when you're going to do it. You have to have a quality price point that you can actually affect the community in which you live. You know what? Wouldn't it be great if every school in each section of Memphis came together with one common cause for the students and the families that they served? By golly, WEZ, Whitehaven Empowerment Zone, summons every school in the Whitehaven area to have one common cause, one common curriculum, one common thought process. But you know what? There are some people that would not like Dr. Hunter to execute his very own vision. I hope those that were able to go to that board meeting today, in respect to Dr. Hunter, I hope they were able to win. I hope you signed the petition to keep him on as the superintendent of the WEZ zone. And just for the record, I know me and Dr. Hunter share a similar last name, but we are no relation. But what we do share is a proper thought process for Whitehaven and the children. For 901 Restoration Kings, Corey Wallen, Dre, and for Troy, he's a little bit under the weather right now. For Matasha in the borough, and for myself, R. Hunter Jr., the truth and not a rumor. In the words of the scholar Jerry Springer, be good to yourself and each other.